Hello everyone, Neve here, and today I am doing another video, I don't know what you call these, episode, in the Venus in Transit series. Right now this video is for Venus in Capricorn, and let me grab my book real quick. Let me find where my Venus spread is. All right, so Venus entered Capricorn on January 23rd, and it goes until February 16th. As I record this right now, it is February 6th. So, so we are in Venus in Capricorn right now. So, I pulled out some of the cards for from the Star Codes Astro Oracle. Now, what I had done before in the previous video, I just pulled out the Venus card along with the sign. And the previous video was for Sagittarius. So we have Venus and Capricorn now. But I kind of thought it would be a good idea to pull out where Venus is in my chart. I have it right here, Venus in 4th house, and what that symbolizes. The 4th house in astrology represents our home, family, roots, emotional foundations, things like that. So I decided to pull this out as well. So these will sit more to this side here. Now I'm considering also pulling out, also using an oracle deck, and I pulled out the Green Glyphs oracle because I don't know, it felt the most Capricorn to me. So I pulled out the Green Glyphs oracle, and I don't know for sure if I'm going to pull cards for these, because what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to have Venus and Capricorn and 4th house. So I'm wondering if I want to pull like one card for this whole situation here and then do my reading, or if I want to pull an oracle card for each of these. And that kind of dictates how this spread will go. I haven't decided yet. So that I may or may not use. I'm going to set that right here. Now, the tarot deck that I've decided to use is one that's very practical. It's one of my most practical decks, and it's one of my favorites, actually. And this is the Book of Shadows So Below deck. And I adore this deck. And this is the bag I made for it, of course. It's a very, very practical deck. Oh, I have this upside down. Here we go. It's a very, very practical deck. It's everyday images. It's basically the everyday lives of people in witch, occult, pagan, communities, that sort of world, which I am a part of, but these are their everyday lives, their mundane lives. So there's elements of magic in these cards, but they're also like super practical and everyday images, and that's what I love about it. All right, so I decided to go with that and possibly this. And these two decks, I think, go well together. The Green Glyphs and the So Below deck. Also, what I have here, let me set that to the side. Going over, here's my Venus transit chart here, and here is the page that I decorated. Now, these spreads are coming from New Age Hipster, and they're not specifically for Venus in whatever sign. It's more Capricorn season, and the last month one was this one, Sagittarius season. So that's kind of what we're going for here. It's just a general spread for that sign, and it is in the shape of the constellation. So, to me, it's just easier to just go ahead and use those spreads. Since I'm doing this like 14 times for this year, I just thought it would be easier to go with some pre-made things. And this whole series is actually based off of, I think it was Pure Red Velvet, that channel that started this. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure. And she started this, and so I'm just kind of going along with it. And she was also using the spreads from New Age Hipster. So yeah, anyway, so I'm done talking about that. I'm going to keep this open because I will be writing in this throughout this video. So before I get this started, I am going to light my Venus transit candle here. You can't really see. I could try to move this. Yeah, I'm right in front of our window. Look at our outside. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to light this. There we go. All right, and I don't think I'm going to light any incense. Last month when I did my Venus in transit video, I used some incense, and I'm out in our dining room right now. This is like a little side table in our dining room, and the smell of that incense really permeated over the whole house, and our house, like, I live with people that have sensitivities to that sort of thing. So I do try to keep my incense burning and things like that in my ritual room. But right now it is just too freaking cold in there. I do have a external heater, but yeah, it's just too cold. So I decided to do it here at this table, and I get some good light that comes in here. So yeah, I'm just going to go with that. But because of that, I really don't want to light incense for this. So I'm going to stick with the practical nature of Capricorn and forego the incense. All right, so let me adjust the camera again here. All right, so I do think I want to pull at least one card to sort of set the mood for this reading and get an understanding of where I'm coming from with this. So Venus represents love. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to grab the Astro book here to kind of voice what it is I'm in a better way than I can. So I'm going to open Capricorn and Venus, and I'm also going to open fourth house. All right, so Venus symbolizes your heart, romance, and the creative process. It's what attracts you, what you value, and how you value yourself. Venus is inside Earth's orbit and takes 224.7 Earth days to complete the journey. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. That's me, I'm a Libra. And can be only in the same sign as the sun, and can be only in the same sign as the sun or in two signs on either side. Venus is one of two planets who appear to rotate backward, an apt symbol for your heart's unique path. It rotates so slowly that one side is always boiling, the other side cooler. Love blows hot and cold. So that's the interpretation for Venus. And, you know, don't worry, I don't think I'll do this every episode, going over, recap of that. Yeah, so, and right now, Venus is in Capricorn. So Capricorn, and before I read this, Capricorn for me represents something really stable and practical. And that's why I chose a really practical deck for this reading. Capricorn for me it represents something that's practical, hardworking, and looking for results, if that makes sense. It's a little bit big picture, and sort of it's a bit of a long-term thinker. It's not quick rewards or doing things for the immediacy of things. It's more thinking in the long run, and it's focusing on some of those end goals, and maybe a bit of a shadow side could be a bit more of a the ends justify the means sort of way, it's thinking a bit long term. It's having a practical, controlled nature, and for me, Capricorn and Venus is a bit more of a taking a very measured approach to love or to emotions, and having a sort of self-control. That's what I would think of when I think of Capricorn. And I am very connected to Capricorn in general because Capricorn is, I have, my moon is in Capricorn. So, and I feel very connected to my moon sign. I'm going to move these up a little bit so we can actually see these. All right. So what does the book here say about Capricorn? Capricorn asks us to dive deep into the sea of collective consciousness to find a worthy dream and then work on it and walk it to the mountaintops. Yeah, it's very hard working, and it's kind of looking at that end goal, looking at that dream, and thinking of the steps to make it happen. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so Capricorn, the cardinal earth sign, is ruled by Saturn. Its symbol is a mergoat, half sea creature, half mountain goat. And the sign is connected to our bones and knees, the equipment we use to climb stairs and achieve our goals. And of course, the sun shines to Capricorn December 21st to January 20th. Or January 19th, because January 20th is the beginning of Aquarius. I have a child born January 20th, and she is definitely an Aquarius. Yeah, when I get her charts done, she is definitely an Aquarius. All right, so I don't know that I agree with putting January 20th as part of Capricorn here. Oh, I see what because Sagittarius, they say November 22nd to December 21st, and this is December 21st to January 20th, and then but this one they put January 21st to February 20th, so that's very interesting. Yeah, but anyway, that's not the point of this video. And finally, the fourth house. Now this is more related to me specifically, instead of the collective here. Venus for me is in my fourth house. In my chart, Venus is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is actually in my fifth house, I believe. But it's the fourth. It's on. I'm trying to explain this real quick. In my chart, and I'm not using a whole sign, whole house chart. I'm using not that. So Venus for me in my chart is in the fourth house, but Scorpio, which is in Venus, is actually in my fifth house in my chart. I hope that made sense. Anyway, so if your chart were a village map, the fourth house would be your home base. Our early home life impacts our sense of sanctuary and how we bring things to conclusion. So, all right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'm going to pull one of these cards. Now, let's see. I think I just want to pull one oracle card. One oracle card that I'll put right here, and that'll kind of give a general feeling for this reading. So, I'm going to take a few deep breaths. So Venus in Capricorn and Venus in my fourth house. All right here. We have snail. Interesting. Moving slowly. Let's see what the book says on that. So snail is the oracle card I have for this. Where's the book? Here's the book. Okay. So let's see. Find snail. Does it say a number on there? No, it doesn't. It doesn't say a number. So is this in alphabetical order? I'm not sure. Yes, it is. Okay, snail. Appreciative, slow moving, patience required, and determined. And obviously I'm not using reverse on this. So there's much we can learn from a snail. It teaches us about the values of home. This is very relevant to this reading, I think. About slowing down and having patience. The snail also speaks to determination and can teach us that even though the journey may seem long and arduous, it is not yet time to give up. Yeah, so there's actually something in my life that makes total sense for. So this is very relevant to me, but it could also be relevant to you. So these Venus in transit videos, they are for me, but if you do get anything out of it, that's great, and I'm glad for that. All right, so I'm gonna pull out my journal here so I can remember what the card positions mean. So we want to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so actually I'm gonna put it to the side so I can see it better. All right, so what goals are you going for? What goals am I going for? What goals are you going for? So what goals am I going for this Venus in Capricorn season? What goals am I going for? I love the way this deck shuffles because it's really, really thin cardstock. I mean, it's too thin, but it's one of those old Llewellyn decks, so the cardstock is quite flimsy. I would prefer this on some better cardstock, but it does make shuffling very, very easy. So, yeah. All right. Overhand shuffle a bit. Oops. All right, what goals are you going for? What goals are you going for? All right, 4 of Pentacles. Interesting. So 4s are a number very closely associated with stability, and what that is something that I was talking about with Capricorn in general, and that makes sense. Goals, and we are connecting it to the 4th house, which is the house of home, and with Venus, so that's love, emotions, passions, things like that. And so there is a sense of slowing down here and bringing things together and kind of creating a certain boundary and staying within those boundaries. So that's kind of how I'm reading that. So the next position is what is the why behind your goals? So what is the why behind my goals here? And that goes down here. The Empress. A very nurturing energy here. Wanting to nurture my home relationships, wanting to nurture my family, my those that in my life that I love and I want to keep within my home and keep like together with that 4 of Pentacles here. So the next position is where can you find support? Where can I find support? We have that. Lovers. Oh, with my husband. This is such a good reading. Oh my gosh. I can find support with my partner, my husband, my partner in life. That's such a good reading. That makes me happy. All right. So, I mean, that was a pretty easy thing to deduce here. I mean, it was pretty on the nose there. So, actions to take to make your dreams come true. So, actions I need to take. I'm going to put that down here. Ace of Pentacles. That's an interesting card. Aces in general are about new opportunities or opportunities in general. And that's especially made true with the Pentacles suit. It is a suit all about opportunities and kind of the material, bringing things down to earth. So I would interpret this as finding time to really ensure that stability and really bring us together. Like manifesting, and I'm trying to organize my words here, but really bringing that the opportunities abound and opportunities to really enjoy life and the what we've created, what we've built towards, and finding those opportunities to really latch onto and taking those opportunities. So that's I really honed in on the opportunities thing, and I like that they are stones here, because that really hammers home that stability that each of these cards sort of brought together here. And now the final card is how to celebrate yourself or your successes. How to celebrate my successes in this endeavor. All right. Ooh, 8 of Swords. Very interesting. What an interesting thing to get. So the 8 of Swords to me often has to do with like feeling trapped or feeling imprisoned. But traditional imagery of the 8 of Swords shows that there's a clear way out of this, but the person is blindfolded and they don't see the right path that they need to take. So there is an element of the 8 of Swords of taking control of things, of having some control. And Capricorn, like I said said earlier, was to me about having a sort of self-control on things. And I sort of see that being shown here. And it's, I feel like she's sort of surrendered to her chaotic environment here. And if she just like got up and did some things, and I say that just based on this card image. I'm not saying in general if someone's life is in disarray that just buck up and do what you need to do. I mean, that's easier said than done. But this position is all about how to celebrate everything that I've accomplished and the successes. And so for me, this is all about taking control of those successes and really owning them. And I feel like she's got all these successes here. She's got all these elements of her life that are just scattered everywhere. And she's feeling almost overwhelmed and out of control. So there is a sense of needing to take control, open her eyes, and I don't know if these fairies are helping or hurting, but I would say like shooing these fairies away and just going in and shooing away all these negative thoughts, all these things that are bogging myself down, and sort of taking control. And once we take control and organize these things, we can really find that time and that part of our lives to really cherish what it is that we've built here, what it is that I've built here. So yeah, that is the final reading here. I'm going to put that off over there. And there we go. I took a little screenshot here. So this is my Venus in Capricorn, Venus transit reading. I think I might continue to do the Oracle card because I liked adding in the Oracle card as an element to this reading. So just as a recap on this reading, Venus in Capricorn is a time of, thinking about our dreams, thinking about what specific dream or goal we want, and really putting in the hard work to attain that. That is Venus in Capricorn. And bringing it down for me, Venus is in my 4th house. It's a house of the home. So there's my goals in regards to this tend to be situated in my home. And all of my Venus readings will be for the Venus in the 4th house, because that's how it is in my chart. And so we've got that home element here, and taking some slow and not expecting immediate results, allowing things to take their time, wanting to maintain that stability, keeping things together, and really, and with the desire to nourish what I have, what we've built. and support from my partner in life, and looking for opportunities to really establish that stability. And finally, to celebrate that by taking control of all the elements, not letting things just scatter and being every which way, just like really reining things in. So that's how I interpreted this. I'm going to go through and write my interpretations in my book here. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.